Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? How's everybody doing? Let me turn my music off for a little bit. Well, at least turn it down. I don't own the rights to the music. I'm playing Allison Williams, Just Call My Name. It's an old classic. See, I gotta excuse the light, and I'm looking kind of bluish, pinkish, whatever, purplish. That's the lighting in my bedroom. It's a little dark. I like it kind of dim. So I wasn't planning to go live today. Um, but I decided to kind of spur of the moment. So you guys can catch this late, you guys can catch this now. We're going to talk a little bit about the Tiny T.I. scandal, but from a numerology perspective, I was like, what the hell is going on? So feel free to donate to my Cash App or my Venmo. You don't have to, but any donation, anything you have is helpful. I'm just typing it in the chat, and then we're going to go into what I found with the numerology for Tiny and T.I. and what's going on right now during this retrograde. My goodness, y'all. Woo! Yeah, so feel free to donate if you can. No donation is too small or too big. I just typed in, oops, whoa, somebody else's name popped up. That's weird. Okay. Y'all can hit me up on Cash App or Venmo. Anything is appreciated, but y'all don't have to, right? All right. Bang. Okay, that's in there. So now we're going to go into Tiny and T.I. and what I found with the numbers. So a lot of you guys have been, a lot of people I've seen posting about the allegations of Tiny and T.I. There's some very serious allegations. There's someone who reportedly said that Tiny and T.I. used to force them to engage in sexual activity with them. And then allegedly a few people, after the person posted and put this out publicly, this is just some of the backstory. A few people allegedly came forward, a few other women stating the same thing, came forward to that woman stating, oh my gosh, they did the same thing to me a few years ago. They did the same thing to me 2 years ago, whatever. So these are very serious allegations that's being alleged. It's being alleged that they make these women get high with them and sometimes possibly drug them and then make them get into sexual orgies or something with them. So I was trying to find out from a numerology standpoint, what is going on? What is going on with Tiny and T.I.? So I decided to look at a couple of things regarding their numerology. First, I looked at their birthdays. And this is what I found, y'all. I looked at their personality numbers first. So Tiny Tameka Cottle, that's her government name, is born, at least according online, July 14th, 1975, which is the day before my birthday, which is interesting. But her personality number is the number 5. Now, if you've been following me, if you've been watching the numerology and the things that I've been teaching you guys, number 5, every number has a higher vibration and has a lower frequency as well. So the lower frequency of the number 5 deals with sex addiction, deals with addictions in general. It deals with lots of sensual, sexual energy on the lower vibration of it. The higher vibration of the 5 deals with popularity. It deals with entertainment. It deals with just a lot of writing, different things like that. But it also, in a lower vibration, can deal with scattered energy. It can deal with a lot of things, right, on the higher and lower vibration. Keep in mind, we're in 2021 now, which is a 5 vibrational year, right? And remember what I told y'all on past videos. This is going to be a year where a lot of nymphomaniacs, a lot of psychopaths, or no, like an extreme vibration psychopaths, a lot of narcissists, a lot of these people are going to be revealed this year, which is one of the things that I predicted. based on the number of the vibrational year. So Tiny is a number 5 personality. So this tells me that Tiny has a lot of sensual and sexual energy to her, right? Which is also typical of a lot of Cancers. She's a Cancer like me, right? I looked at T.I.'s birthday. T.I.'s, his government name is Clifford Harris. He's born September 25th, 1980. So he's born under a 7 personality number. 7 on its highest vibration can be very deeply spiritual, very spiritually inclined, can be very intuitive, very, what's the word that I'm looking for? Almost prophetic in a way. The lower vibration of the 7 can be anxious, depressed, can keep secrets. Y'all see where I'm going? So I put their personality numbers together and it equals a 12-3 vibration. 3 on its lower vibration deals with scandal, deals with drama, gossip, controversy. So I continued and I said, okay, I wonder what their life path numbers are. And Tiny and T.I. have the same life path number, which is a number 7. Them having a number 7 vibration lets me know, as a numerologist, that it's important for both of these people to have a level of spiritual grounding. A lot of times, if 7s are not into their spirituality or even religiosity, at the very least on some level, a lot of 7s can be kind of wild. I ran into some wild 7s who have not tapped into that that spiritual vibration. They need that spiritual grounding. Okay? And it's interesting to me that they both have that 7 life path, but 7s also can be very secretive and hide things. It's very interesting. And they both have this same life path number. As I kept going, I said, let me dig into their personal year cycles that they're stepping into this year. Tiny is leaving out of a 7 personal year cycle. So this was, last year was a year of a lot of inward reflection for her, a lot of introspection, but she's going into her 8 personal year cycle this year. 8 is a karmic number. When you step into the 8 cycle, because everyone changes personal year cycles every year, we go into a different cycle, every single one of us, and every number hits every single person at a different time. When you go into, I'm sorry, I got to check my Facebook on my phone to see if anybody typed in any comments, just so I can monitor. But when you go into an 8 personal year cycle, that's a year cycle where things from the past can come back to haunt you. Things that you may have done, things that you may have said. That's a time when your exes will try to come back in your life. That's a time where that karmic debt comes back. And if you've been doing things that are good, that good karmic debt comes back and you can be rolling in your 8 cycle. But if you did a lot of fuckery, that karmic debt could come back and haunt you. And if you had a mixture of both, you'll have a little bit mixture of both in that 8 cycle. But 8 cycle is a karmic year, and she's stepping into a karmic personal year cycle, which is dangerous. Because whatever she's done behind closed doors, whether she's done these things or not, the good things that she's done, as well as the things that's not so good that she may have been involved in, is coming back this year to haunt her. I found that very interesting. A lot of hidden secrets come out during that 8 cycle. In addition to that, I looked at T.I.'s personal year cycle that he's stepping into. He's stepping into a 3 personal year cycle. And as I said before earlier in this video, 3 can deal with scandal, gossip, controversy on its lower vibration. So it makes sense that they are going through this right now during this retrograde. It's very interesting. She's stepping into her 8 cycle. He's stepping into his 3 cycle. in a cycle that deals with gossip and controversy, but it also deals, 3 on a higher vibration can deal with popularity as well. So very similar to the 5, even though they're kind of considered an opposition. There's a lot of similarity to that, to the 3 and the 5 energy. And in the 3 cycle, you just have to be mindful not to get your name thrown in bullshit on the lower vibration. On the higher vibration, that's a year where he can market himself, where he needs to tap into his creativity, where he can really expose himself in a creative way and express himself verbally. That's a year of a lot of verbal expression. So it's very interesting that they're stepping into these personal year cycles. And all of this is happening around the time of a retrograde, which I found very interesting. I didn't even dig too deep into their astrology tonight because I was up studying and doing some stuff. And something said, look into Tiny and T.I. situation with the numbers. And what's interesting is if I add 3 and 8 together, I get an 11 vibration. 11 is a master number. If I add their personal year cycles together, I get an 11 vibration. 11 is a master number, which is a higher vibration of the number 2, right? 2 and 11 on its lower vibration can deal with deception, can deal with lies. It can deal with trickery and fuckery. When I think of the 2 or the 11 vibration, I tend to think of, if I'm thinking in terms of deities that I feel vibrationally are connected with these numbers, I would think Ilewa, the trickster deity, in some of the African traditions. So it's very interesting that these things are happening and these numbers are aligning this way. The numbers can go very deep and give a lot of information, y'all. This isn't going to be a long video. I just wanted to tap into this kind of quickly. Because I found that very interesting when I went to look into their situation. So it kind of makes sense that they're going through this right now, especially while there's a retrograde going on. I honestly hope that the allegations are not true. I don't know because I don't know these people personally. But if it were to come out that it is true, I could kind of see. I could kind of see why. It would be really good for, in my opinion, T.I. and Tiny to get into some type of spiritual grounding for themselves, especially with these 7 life paths. See, people who are born under the 7 vibration naturally have an ability or capabilities of being spiritually inclined, but they don't always tap into it. And a lot of them get afraid of it that I come across. Either they get into it and get deep into it, or they get afraid of it and they run from that side of themselves. And when they run from that side of themselves, that can get very deeply into the spirituality. They don't trust their intuition. They kind of block themselves from that the spiritual capabilities that they can have. You know, the natural, sometimes some of them are empathic, some of that empathic ability, some of that psychic ability that they naturally have. They block themselves because it's like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. This shit is scary. It happens. But that doesn't seem to work out very well. And T.I. tends to have a lot of 7s, at least a good couple of 7s in his numerology. So spiritual grounding is very important for him, but it's important for both of them with that 7 life path. Really quickly, while we're here, before I leave, let me analyze their first names real quick. I'm going to use the Pythagorean system because it's quicker for me. I'm not going to use the Chaldean system. And I'm going to analyze numerically their first name, Tameka and Clifford. Give me a few seconds, y'all. Oh. 9, 10. Okay, let me do Clifford. Oh, wow. I could see how he got into music. Wow. And I could definitely see why they're attracted to each other. They have a lot of numbers that would definitely make them attracted to each other. A lot of similarities and things. Let me see. Let me just finish up with T.I.'s name. 6, 12, 18. He has all 3 musical numbers in his name alone. It makes sense that he got into music. He can be very artistic. He might be able to do more than actually rap. Hmm. What I find in T.I.'s name, Clifford has a lot of repeated numbers. He's a flirtatious kind of person, which you can kind of see on his show, right? This is just analyzing the name before we go. The names of Clifford and Tameka, T.I. and Tiny. He's a very flirtatious person. He has all 3 musical numbers in his name. He has the 3s, and he has them multiple times. The 3s, the 6, the 9s, just like the moon phases. The 3, 6, 9 tends to work together. He has a lot of 6s in his name. 3 6s actually. He has 2 3s. He has 2 9s in his name. So that tells me he's a person who loves family, who definitely wants family life. He enjoys being a father. He enjoys having a level of responsibility. He also can be kind of rough with his words because these multiple 9s and 3s in his name. And his whole name equals to a 1 vibration. But yeah, he's very artistic, and he's gravitates towards things of beauty because 6 is connected with Venus, which is the planet that deals with beauty. So he's in my opinion, I would say that he's very driven by the pleasures of the flesh and the physicalities of people. When I look at Tameka's name, Tameka doesn't always use her throat chakra and speak up. She has multiple 2s, multiple 1s in her name. She likes to do shit her way. She doesn't like to follow directions, but she's passive aggressive because these multiple 2s that are also here. She doesn't always speak up, and I honestly, with her names, I wouldn't be surprised if she has a history of sexual abuse. Her name equals a 6 vibration. Remember, I told you that T.I.'s name has so many 6s in his first name. And her name equals a 6 vibration. So family foundation is very important to both of these people. Regardless of whatever they do in their personal or private lives with each other, how their family views them is very important to them. How their children view them is very important to them. They both have a tendency to be a little jealous. The T.I. has more fire numbers in his name, but he also has 3 earth, like 3 of the same earth number. So he has a level of grounding to himself, but then his name equals a fire vibration. So that tells me his mouth, when he get ready, he can be very blunt and harsh with his words. He can say things that's very hurtful to people when he wants to, when he gets in his mode. Tiny have a little mouth on her as well. However, she doesn't always speak her truth, but she feels things intuitively. I bet every time he steps out and has an affair, she feels and knows it because of the numbers. So I'm going to end it right here because I'm not doing a real long video. If you missed it, feel free to rewind back or go to my YouTube channel. I'm going to share it once I upload it on YouTube. feel free to watch it here or go to my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me your feedback. What do y'all think about the things that I said? Do y'all think these allegations are true? Do you think these are not true? Let me know. I can only tell you what the numbers say. All right. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I know it's late at night. Peace to everybody. Enjoy. Go back to doing what you're doing. I'm going to go back to my studying.